are you doing?
Close to us. I know, unfortunately. It is okay. Hello, everyone over there. Hello, people watching.
So this is going to be a pretty casual hangout since we're all in one room and it's unclear how well this is going to work. So, how's everyone been feeling about Harry Potter world? Great.
Sad.
Also very sad. You'll be there next time.
Next time, definitely. Well, it looks like you guys have been having a lot of fun. All your videos and pictures and how's it going?
Yeah. We did pretty well in summer, but it was very hot. Yeah, so hot. Yeah, the Canadians in particular, just like,
Agreed. Well, it's sunny today. It's bright and happy and hot in Vancouver today for some strange reason.
We're actually right now.
Yeah. Do any of you have sunburns?
I don't. I got a tiny bit on my shoulder. Yeah, because I forgot sunscreen. We were pretty good about sunscreen, though. Yeah. We're individuals. Kelly was struggling for a while. It got in her eye. Do not and stayed there for 2 days. Reacted for 2 days. Do not put sunscreen. It does not help. Not protect your eyes. Where's your
Oh, what you've been doing? Have you going on the rides or just walking around being entranced by all the music?
Right. We went on Popeyes, which is like a barge ride. So you're in a circle boat and it goes down the rapids.
Oh, that's fun.
I somehow got soaked every single hill we went over.
And then she got stuck under one of the water spots.
Yeah.
Like it was like pouring on her and the rest stopped.
Oh, poor Megan.
It was great and terrible.
I don't think you realize exactly how wet you're going to be when you first get on. It's like, oh no, you're going to be soaked from head to toe. But we also did all the Harry Potter rides, some of them twice. Most of them twice. So
we didn't do too much wandering around the shops this time. It was so crowded.
It was just so very busy this week. Yeah. But I didn't even get to see when I first went to Harry Potter World last year and met Emma. It was very different because it was not that intensely crowded, so I could see all the shops.
Yeah, walk around all of
them. Which was really cool. I'm glad that was my first experience to be able to see what all of Diagon Alley looked like that way without having to elbow people. I barely got to the shops this time because of the crowd. Yeah.
I'm trying to look over Megan's ear and I'm like, wait, she's right.
Getting used to being really bizarre.
Not cutting each other off as often.
So I can tell when you.
What have you been up to, Rachel?
Working, finishing final projects, all that good stuff. University. Yeah, mostly just working a lot. Nothing too exciting has happened. I'm trying to think of anything interesting that's happened. We had an author signing the other day, which was kind of cool. I work at a bookstore, if anybody doesn't know that, and that was kind of neat. She was really nice, and she brought us all cupcakes, so that was kind of fun. But that was about it. I was. Have you heard of the book Finding Fraser?
Yes.
Yeah,
we had her in. Casey Dyer. Yeah, we had her in. She's a friend of one of our managers, so that was kind of fun.
Oh, okay, I know that name.
Yeah, it's like an Outlander fan fiction.
Yes, the International Writers Conference every year. That's why I know that name.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, well, she's super cool. Maybe next year if I go, be able to wave her down.
Her crazy tight. She always wears like crazy leggings, like straight.
Yeah, she had like crazy purple leggings on.
Yeah, she always wears those like constantly.
That's cool. And I've been reading a ridiculous amount, which I'm very happy about. I finally got over my reading slump and just finished a bunch of stuff.
Yay!
I finished. You guys mentioned it last time. I finished The Girl from Everywhere.
Ooh, yeah.
The thing. Yeah, Emma, you were the one that recommended that. I think I really liked it.
Really good.
Yeah, as someone who's like not big into time travel, I really liked it. So that was a good one.
I finally finished The Raven Boys yesterday morning. So we finally got to talk about it. Yeah. In line waiting for mine.
Yeah. What'd you think?
I loved it. I don't think I was expecting. I don't know what I was expecting. I don't know. There was so much rant from all of you guys, and I was like, oh, this is gonna be epic. It was epic. Don't know if it was the ending I was expecting. And I wanted Henry to have more dysfunction. And he didn't want to talk about it. But I guess I won't say any spoilers. He wasn't here watching. But yeah. I still liked it, so I want to read it again. So he
I also finished reading Court of Mist and Fury, and sort of guys, whoa. Guys. If you've read the first one, you need to read the second one because it was 10 times better. It just blew the first one out of the water. If you like the first one at all, you definitely need to read the second one.
I brought that with me, so playing right back.
Yeah, good idea.
Feel free to ask us any questions about reading or writing or our channel in the comments. We have been getting one particular question a lot in the comments that we figured we would address now. Who wants to kick this one?
I will, I guess.
Do it.
Yeah, we've had a few people ask us over the past couple months, like Erica, but she hasn't been around a lot lately. Very busy lately. She has a full-time job now. She's a manager at a retail store. So she hasn't had time for like writing or reading or work nurse or any of that lately. So she's kind of just taking a step back for now until she can have time again and maybe get her life more settled and get used to working full time and finding a balance. Because we don't want her to like suffer at her job because she's trying to fit. So luckily before that happened, we tried to do word nerds, so that worked out well. But yeah, so she's just kind of taking a step back, and we'll let you guys know when she comes back and when she's able to be here with us again. Yeah, she's not gone forever or anything, but she's just been very busy. So.
Yeah. We're having instead of adjusting our schedule to kind of cover up her days, we're having guest bloggers for her days. So there's a guest blogger every week for the next couple months, and we have an amazing lineup of people. We've had some great people guest blog already, so if you haven't seen those yet, go check that out. And keep an eye out for the next couple months worth of people. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, you will see her. Being an adult is hard. Yeah. That's why I'm not doing it.
You guys might have to lean in a little bit more. Your audio is a bit iffy.
Is it our volume or is it too much background noise?
No, I think it's audio because sometimes when Erin's speaking, I can't hear her at all.
Okay. Oh, I'll lean forward. We will be louder.
Yeah, I think that's better. Yeah, I think that's better.
I'll be really loud. Perfect. So when I look up the questions on my phone, it does not show me any. That's what I'm learning from the last couple of weeks. So if you guys see more questions, let me know.
I'm getting the notifications, but when I pull up the video, I can't see them. So I can see like the first 10 words for questions. In the beginning, like someone has asked, "Are you doing piano?" I don't know if there's anything else after that, but maybe that's that.
Yeah.
I probably will be.
Debatable.
Sorry?
Oh, debatable. Not entirely sure if I will yet. It's probably a good idea, but I am not. I don't even know what I'm doing tomorrow. I don't know what I'm going to be doing.
Type of thing where I know I should, but don't have 50,000 words to go. Yeah. You would have written a lot.
That's how I peer pressure people.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm desperate to get back into drafting something. Procrastinating these revisions so much. So maybe if I finish the revisions, I can
Yeah, that's a good idea. Well, I've been writing a lot of articles lately just because I've been doing a lot of reviews through work for publishers with some art copies and such. So I've been writing lots of reviews and articles for my blog and such, but I haven't been writing a lot of story writing. So I think doing Nano would probably help me get back into it. Force me back into it.
I just been heard. Oh, really? Can you hear me? You sound quiet to me.
I can now.
Yeah. I think you're just talking to us. I've been yelling at Harry Potter World all day. I'm so excited. No, I'm just saying I've been revising for a really, really long time, it feels like, and I would really love to actually start drafting something like Megan said.
Yeah, something new.
Yeah. We can see there's little green dots down there, and if they're really low, that means they're really high. If they're really high, it means I'm yelling, which is what I'm normally doing.
Don't yell at me, Megan. You look scary when you do that.
You make it look scary. Oh, I can look terrifying.
And so we also have a question from Kiss My Sass, which is a cool name.
I love when you comment. Kiss my sass.
What are some tips on writing? Sorry, I'm going to start again. What are some tips on switching genres? For July Camp Nano, I'm switching from high fantasy to contemporary.
Hard.
Really hard.
I did that. It's hard.
I'm probably for July, I'm probably going to go back to the contemporary I started last year, so that'll be fun.
We did a lot.
Yeah, that's what I did last year when I started writing, and I was like plotting my contemporary and all that. Is I read a ton of contemporary last summer in preparation for it.
Mm-hmm.
Headspace and nothing else.
Yeah.
Yeah. I made like a whole different playlist when I was writing contemporary. Like it was lots of like current music. Yeah. Music regular humans would listen to.
Do like teenagers right now would be listening to.
Yeah,
there's a lot. Yeah.
What the youths are into these days.
Yeah. I found there's a playlist on Spotify that someone else has created called Teen Love. And I followed that and I just played it over and over and over again every time I was writing. My questions now, so yeah. Again, feel free to ask us any questions you might have. If you're having trouble hearing us or anything, let us know that in the comments too, and we will try to adjust. This is our first time ever doing a live chat with a lot of us in one room. Yeah. So I'm sure there are bugs we'll need to figure out. Aside from this week, obviously, vacation, how is everyone's writing?
That is my response right there.
Yeah, I did finish writing the climax of my story because Megan was gonna like stare at me while I slept this weekend.
Oh yeah, right. That is an actual legit threat now.
So I finished that, and then past that, I've only written one sentence. So
Well, that's motivating. You have like one chapter left.
I know.
I have full faith in you.
Like I just need to know, so I can just sit down and write it. So
Good plan.
yeah, I just need to take a day to sit down and write it.
Yeah. It's just stuck in revision hell right now, so things are going. I'm not sure I'm ever going to be done with revisions. This is like the year of revisions. I'm looking forward to into routine of writing, yeah. Yeah, routine in general, like nothing. Like, I'm not the type of person like Megan who is like, sat down and wrote like tons of times while we were hanging out, but I'm too distracted. I don't think I could I don't know if I could even line or rough draft or anything. Yeah. That's my Gryffindor coming through though. Like I get way really distracted at home. Y'all, this time, like, my writing friends are here and they're watching. I'm gonna write the best work so that they all think that I write real.
Exactly.
It worked.
It does. It really does.
Book writing good out of all of this.
Oh, good.
I want to be better than you, but no.
Like, I'm having fun. This is not writing.
I can't turn it off.
We have another question.
Hmm.
Vanessa. And she said, have any of you had any experience writing new adult? I've been plotting an A novel for the past week, and I'm worried this is basically going to be a YA book, but I think it'll be better as an A novel because of the themes and age of the characters. College-age characters deals with things like family, independence, acceptance, religion, secularism, etc. That sounds like new adult.
Yeah. That sounds like what
I think you're on the right track.
Am I being too
New adult and young adult are very similar in tone. So it's okay if your tone feels a lot like the YA books that you've written.
Yeah, I just, like, just write it with the age of the characters you want and the themes you want. And it's possible that, like, an agent and a publisher may want you to market it as YA instead, but you can still have college-age characters. And Fangirl is marketed as YA age characters. Just write it and don't worry about whether it's going to be new adult or young adult.
I think there's also more wiggle room in that genre because as far as voice and stuff goes, because it is such a new genre still, like,
Mm-hmm.
still developing.
I would definitely not, like, don't age down your characters
no.
in high school just because you think it is.
Then it is YA.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh. Can you tell we're all really tired?
Just yes.
Oh, Twizzlers, those are like my favorites.
There's only one left. Do you want a peanut M&M?
Yes, I do. Thank you. Much appreciated.
Someday you'll be able to do that.
Okay.
Maybe September.
Someday.
Also, if anyone who doesn't know, today is Kelly's birthday.
But
Happy birthday!
It's my name's birthday. We made them wear birthday pins the past 2 weeks. They got a free butterbeer because
Oh, that's a good idea.
everyone
Hey.
was sponsored to say happy birthday.
Yeah.
That's great. I love that.
Well, happy, you guys.
we got on the Gringotts ride. Oh yeah, last night. We got on it. We sat down, and the employee comes around, and she's making sure that everyone's lap belts are securely down. And she's doing Megan's, and she she looks across at the whole row, and then she's doing Megan's, and she's like, "Take off your hat," and then
really sternly.
and take off your hat. And I'm looking at our row, I'm no one in this row is wearing a hat. And then she's like, "Oh, sorry, happy birthday." And then she that was really weird. And she's like, basically, those are the two most common things we say on this ride. She was just thinking oh, say the thing I say all the time. And she said, "Take off your hat," instead of happy birthday. And he's like, "What?"
My hair, I know it's big.
I was just confused by that. "Oh, sorry, happy birthday." She's like, "Oh, I should have said happy birthday to this person before I yelled at the other." That's what I thought was going on for a second. I was like, "That's strange."
Oops.
Oh, I missed that.
It was so funny. I just remember turning around and Megan looking really puzzled. What? Yep.
I just wanted to make her happy, and I didn't know how. Usually parties are more lively than this, but
Yep. Exhausted.
we're all really
Megan points to Rachel for showing up.
yeah.
What? I didn't hear that last part.
Mega points for you for showing up, especially because we were late.
That's all good. Again, yeah, I'm just out because still house is getting renovated and lots of banging, and I was like, whatever, I'll go to a coffee shop. I'm like, oh, we'll be an hour late. I'm like, all right, I got a book, whatever.
Yeah.
That's the spirit.
Yeah.
Perfect. Desiree couldn't be with us because she has fallen ill.
I know. Alas, poor Desiree.
Yeah, I knew her well.
She's dead, Aaron, God.
We've got a great setup right now because we're all crammed together on the couch with Emma's dope Harry Potter blanket.
What?
Yeah, my mom.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
You cover my face. You see the monster book?
Oh, wait, the owl. Oh, and Tom Riddle's diary up here.
Oh, guys, that's awesome.
My mom made it a few years ago. She's very talented.
Jay for Emma's mom.
Oh, yeah.
And while we're over here just like hanging out, the husbands are over in the corner making us dinner where they belong. You're gonna get your dinner
Well, it sounds like you guys are having a nice time.
This is our last hurrah. Yeah. Shuffle on back to real life tomorrow.
How long is it? Or Kelly, are you just there for the weekend?
I arrived last Wednesday.
Oh, okay.
I got here Thursday. Tomorrow. For like another week.
Aaron's here for a while.
Awesome. Yeah. Her husband's gonna work at Gringotts. Yeah, that's already.
It's been decided for him.
It has to be one of them. A goblin. Oh, one of them. No one will notice. One of you. We have another writing question.
How do you distinctly separate each character's voice when you have more than one main character? Also, happy birthday. What a wonderful present.
Best birthday ever.
Multiple characters, multiple POVs. That's a thing I struggle with.
I typically make sure that my characters are very different people, and that helps a lot. So I have like one person who thinks they're a really good person, and one person who knows they're a really bad person.
Yeah.
Oh.
Definitely, if you are doing first person with multiple narrators, they need to be even more distinct because it's them talking. If it's third person, they don't have to be quite as distinct because you're outside of them a little bit.
I just figure out which. I mean, have I ever written anything in Duel? I don't think I've actually written anything, but usually when I'm looking at ones, it's just figuring out what they want and making sure those two things are, if they are the same, then make it how.
Different related to those.
Maybe different fears.
Yeah, and like I've only done multiple POV as third person, and you definitely have to just figure out the way they see the world. A lot is based on their habits. So I have like two characters. One like grew up as a prince, and the other one grew up like training to be like a palace guard. So they're going to see the world in completely different ways.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing, but Emma said it's like, you know, how they look at the world is going to be super, super different depending on their background, and like, you know, or if they're really a positive person or a really negative person, or rich or poor, or like, you know, and just think about each event as it happens. Think about how each character would react differently. Like, say your main character is like somebody challenges them, how do they react? You know, how does your other character react? I mean, even just in their thought process, not necessarily physically react.
And what things in the world do they notice the most? You know, do they notice like other people's emotions, or do they notice the physical world? Or in general, like my guard character is going to be way more observant because she was trained to be that way and to notice everything.
Something that's really,
The vision is very, very helpful.
yeah.
And, like, you can focus on the voice and the individual scene. Yeah. But if you're doing dual point of view with first person, good luck to you, because I don't think I could ever do that.
It's fun. You can do it. I did it. And if I can do it, you can do it.
Go for it.
yeah, I think it's really, really fun to do it in first person. You just have to get a really, really good grasp of like what they want, what they're most afraid of happening, and how far each character is willing to go to achieve that goal. So like in the book I wrote, they both kind of have the same goal of running this kingdom. One of the characters is much more willing to murder whoever gets in the way, while the other one is much more intent on keeping like a very heroic faith, the noble hero. And so I think that helps a lot, is differentiating between all those different things and keeping them in mind while you're writing.
And see while you're revising.
Yeah. Revisions. Someday I'll finish the revisions on my dual point of view, which is what I'm working on right now. Yeah. I wish. Word nerd Kaylin is probably going to be having her word nerd baby anytime now. So that's exciting. Tiny word nerd. Tiny word nerd.
We've been following her on Facebook, waiting for the baby to come.
Anxiously.
Looks like the baby's not going to be born on Kelly's birthday.
They're still coming for me.
Yeah, moving on to Megan's birthday soon.
And mine's pretty close.
Is it? What is it?
June the 9th.
Oh, very close.
Very close.
Party again next week.
Non-stop party.
How old are you? This came up this week.
I will be turning 21.
Oh, you're still 19.
I thought you were.
I'm sorry.
Desiree is the youngest. Though yesterday
You weren't done.
yesterday at work, someone was like, "Oh, so what are you gonna be like? What are you thinking of studying in university?" And I'm just like, "I'm in 3rd year already." And they're like, "What? I thought you're not out of high school." I'm like, "No, I'm not." And then a little while ago, so I was helping someone, and they turned to me to go, "Shouldn't you be in school?" And I'm like, no, I should not be in school. I mean, yes, I should be in school, but I am not in high school anymore. Yet people still like to think so."
That never stops. I still get that, and I'm 25.
Really?
Other people don't get asked that anymore.
No.
I still get IDs. Yeah. You have the baby. No, cares. So, it will never stop for you.
Everyone's like, "Oh, you'll love it when you're 40. I'm like, all right.
I think that's a lie. I don't believe it anymore. They're just saying it to make me feel better.
Probably. Sorry if I'm not going to be very funny today. I'm very tired.
Ha! We can relate.
Also, we're getting comments about the audio being hard to hear. We're aware.
We're sorry.
The computer has to be far away so you can see all of us, and we're too tired to talk very loud.
I'm not. I will shout more.
What?
He said, I will shout more.
Oh. Oh, hello.
You can't back up. They have to hear us.
Actually, no, sorry.
I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. Do you guys have actually? Do you guys have any tips or tricks for keeping anxiety to the curb? I'm going to have my novel published relatively soon. Congrats! And my biggest fear is meeting new people, even though there's no way around this, and me feeling awkward is one. I think anxiety to get in the way of me being successful.
I did not hear half of that. So,
Social anxiety.
what?
Dealing with it as a published author and needing to meet with people.
Oh, okay.
Rebecca. I think it's Rebecca.
Fake until you make it, people.
Yeah.
Pretend you like people and just go for it. Ask all the questions. Say what you want.
Yeah. Don't be afraid to go to the doctor and get medication if you need it. Help you out with it.
I know this sounds kind of basic, but something I learned from my job is just smile. Honestly, if you can't think of anything else to say, just smile your face off. Like, because people respond to that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she's so friendly. Yeah, I know. Like, you don't really know what to say, or you're socially awkward. Like, I think most writers suffer from being socially awkward. But if you're just friendly and smile, no one's going to remember anything other than that you were really friendly. Yeah. And I'd say too, make sure that before and after the social event, you're taking really good care of yourself. Take some time to like try and calm down. Maybe do some of those like calming thinking, like meditation exercises. I really, really like those. You can find them on YouTube. Spend some time afterwards just to read. Like, don't stress about, oh, how did I do on that thing? Did everyone like me? Did they hate me? Just like try and detox afterwards, and that will make it a lot easier in the future. If you're doing speaking engagements, like that type of thing, I've only ever done one on stage. It was the most terrifying thing ever. But as long as you know what you're going to say, I think a part of your brain takes over and will get you through it. And then there is always, like Emma said, medication, or like I have these like herbal drops that basically just take the edge off and just make you feel a little less like you're actually having a physical panic attack. And those are really good for speaking engagements, stuff like that. So
I just go with the thing that even if people, like, no person's going to come there being like, I'm ready to hate this person. So I'm sure that you're going to be doing fine. And even if you do mess up, just start over. Just be like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm feeling a little bit nervous. Or, oh, you know, let me try that again. Just do that. No one's going to be judging you too harshly.
Oh, and bring a bottle of water. And if you need a second, just take a really long swig from the bottle of water.
That's a good one.
If you really love talking about writing, that will come out. And people will be engaged by you. So, or your story, rather, not just writing, but talking about literature in general.
Plus, if you're enthusiastic about it, it doesn't really matter how you come across, because people will understand.
You got this. And it'll definitely get easier as time goes on. And
I used to hate public speaking, and now I'm like, oh yeah, you want me to say it? Sure, I'll go up and do that. So just practice, take it.
when you first start vlogging, I know all of us have improved vlogging so much more. It's like not anyone there staring at you, but it still is almost anxious just looking at the camera and upload it. But it takes practice to make it better. Practicing in front of the mirror helps. I was about to say something, but I cannot remember it. Social anxiety, speaking in front of people. I don't know, but I know you can do it. And just do it in a way that works best for you. Don't feel like you have to be in front of people like we are, like maybe Steve Waters. Although, if I could be like anyone, probably maybe Steve Waters. Definitely. But just like find a rhythm that works for you, and that will be your author voice. Yeah. Like every author you go to an event with, like they all do it differently, and we're all pretty much terrified to be there.
Yeah. GHL Forever would like some advice for writing dystopian. I've never written dystopian, so
nope, me neither. You can do it.
Great, Megan's advice for everyone. You can do it. I think with dystopian, it's particularly important to make sure you know what like the tropes of it are, because a lot of dystopian has been done in the past few years, and it's hard to sell right now.
Very, very hard.
Because there's been so much, so like it needs to be very original if you want to do well with it. So make sure you're familiar with what's already been done.
Read everything you can get your hands on, because like Emma said, like as a literary intern right now, it's ridiculously hard to sell.
Like I know my agent isn't. It has to be pretty much a mind-blowingly original and just unputdownable. But if you're not, yeah, well, if you're not writing it to be published right away, that doesn't matter. Just write what you want to write. And it could be something that comes back and has this major popularity surge again in the future, right?
Sure,
because that was so people.
It'll get
I love
popular.
dystopian. I love reading
Dystopian's been around and been popular for a long time.
Exactly.
So
It's not going away. It's just not selling right now. Will eventually again in the future.
Big tropes are typically people being arranged into groups is a huge trope. So if you're gonna do that,
Evil government.
one teenager taking on the entire government is a trope that, from what I have been seeing, agents are not as interested in. But yeah, if you're in the first drafting stage, try not to stress too much about those. Those are all things that can be fixed much easier in revisions when you're able to take a step back and be like, oh look, I accidentally named my character Catnip. Catnip. Yeah, and just be open to all of the different realms of publishing if this is something that you're hoping to publish within the next few years.
know that if you want to traditionally publish it, you might have to wait a little while.
Yeah.
Super encouraging. We have another question about Erica's. We talked about that earlier. So,
Yeah, right at the beginning.
Rewind.
Go back and then come back and join us a little bit.
Yeah.
Wait right here.
Yeah. Probably wrap shortly since we did start pretty late.
And we're also very hungry. That's why I'm eating peanut M&Ms right now.
I want a peanut M&Ms. Peanut M&Ms.
I just had a brown one, which we all know is the best one.
If the Wedding Planner movie taught me anything, it's that the brown ones are the best ones.
I loved that movie.
And then feel the color of being green.
Oh, I finally saw The Fifth Wave, the movie.
Oh, what was that?
Have none of you watched it?
No, but my parents.
Okay. Oh, okay. I actually thought it was pretty good. It was pretty darn good. It was, if anyone's read The Fifth Wave, Cassie's pretty darn badass, and I think they made her a little bit softer in the movie, which was something I was a little bit on. Made it a little teeny bopper slightly, but the rest of it was just fantastic.
Really?
Yes,
The
I
movie-
recommend.
The trailer looked really good.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Have you read the second book?
No, I haven't.
And I really want to know if it's good or not.
It's
The third one's just like whatever, but the third one just came out a couple days ago, so now I have to read the second one.
Yeah.
Yeah, The Last Star.
Yeah. No, that's book 2.
Infinity and then The Last Star, and it looks so pretty and I want to buy it.
I really, I just saw the second one in my store, and I was like, maybe I should, but no, there's the Raven voice, so I'm reading it.
Yeah.
First priority. Yeah. Now that it's finished, I'll reread the first one and finally read the series. Yeah, it's a good idea.
I love.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I care about reading the rest of the series or not.
I kind of do because I don't know, I liked the idea so much of the first one, and I'm hoping there's more really hooky ideas in the second one.
Yeah.
Although I don't know, maybe it's just a case of the first one being really amazing and then it not being as much, but
We'll find out.
And
We'll see what happens.
I'm trying to get myself to a point where I don't feel an obligation to read a whole series when I read one book in it. Because it's a problem that there's so many series and I have all these extra, I read one and then I have to read the rest of them and I don't have time to read all of them. And so I finally have to be if I'm not in love with the first book, I don't have to be reading. Or if I don't care to know what happens next, I don't have to read it.
I know, I feel you guilty about I've only read the first one, but
See, I really liked The Fifth Wave. It's just been so long since I read it.
See, I enjoyed it, but I don't know if I care about knowing more about the story and the world.
yeah, I have a feeling it might be a divergent issue where the first one's really good and then the second two are just just because it's I kind of what's gonna happen. Either everyone's gonna die or they're gonna overthrow the government and win and then start the world over or whatever.
Probably. I hope they
Probably
die.
that one. So I'm I don't know if I want to read it, but Depends.
I found the same thing with, well, I don't know if this is the same thing with the Fifth Wave, but with Red Queen, that the
Yeah.
first one, amazing, blow your mind, and then the second one was like, well, where was all the blow your mind stuff from the first one?
I still haven't read the second one.
Yeah, just skip the second one.
Skip it. I think that does kind of right now. I just feel like I always know how it's going to end.
Yeah.
It's true.
Hey, if
Although-
that person that was writing dystopian that wants to know, write something that has got either one of those endings, then it'll sell.
There really was a big twist at the end of the sequel, or the end of the second one for Red Queen, though. Like,
Yeah,
it was really,
okay.
yeah,
The end of the second one.
yeah, it was really met for me all the way through, and then I read the very last paragraph.
And I feel that's how a lot of times second are in
Okay.
that like they'll have
Yeah.
a really cool concept for the first one, and the second book will be like really meh, and then we'll have a really
The third one is going to be good.
yeah, and then the second book will have a really cool twist, and then the third one will be good.
It was almost like the second book was just filler.
Yeah, that has
That's what I felt like.
just so that you could have a cool twist at the end.
Yeah.
Set you up for the third one. Yeah.
Cliffhanger.
So I'm glad that duologies are kind of becoming a thing. There have been a few.
Yeah, that's the new thing about no more trilogies anymore, which I kind of like.
Yeah, I kind of really like it.
Spend less money on
Because I like there being multiple books and getting more of the story, but I like that I only have to wait for 2 books and not 3.
And I think the rise of duologies will make trilogies up their game as well.
Yeah.
Because publishers won't want to buy 3 books when they could buy 2.
Yeah.
And now I just want to write a book series called The Rise of Duology.
No, what you should do is you should write that and then publish it as a trilogy.
The Rise of Duology in 3 books.
I'm gonna just screw everyone over.
The readers in the bookstore. I don't understand.
Exactly.
Any more questions? We're a little phased out right now.
I have the computer for questions.
It has been a long, magical day. Oh, yeah. I haven't watched any of the Maze Runner movies yet. The first one was good. Yeah, I heard it was really good.
I did.
The first one was good. The second one, I felt like what we were just talking about with second ones. I was like literally like the whole. I like didn't even pay much attention. I think I was like playing games on my phone. I was like, I don't even like. They were running from zombies and going from like place to place, and I was like, why does any of this matter? And then there was a cool twist at the end.
And then Dylan O'Brien broke his face.
Yeah.
Was it worth it, Dylan?
And then they hit Dylan O'Brien with a car.
I actually watched the first and second one without reading the books.
Yeah, so I've only read
Yeah, I haven't read them either.
Yeah, I actually liked it.
Yeah. I think it was
tried to read
bad, but it was just filler stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I tried to read the first one and I got a couple pages in. Actually, no, I got a couple chapters in, and then I was like, meh. And then, but the movie was really good. But I haven't watched the second one yet. The Maze Runner.
Dystopian ones are almost always them like escaping they've escaped the facility or the walled city or whatever, arena or whatever, and they're just running. And it's the act 2 where they have to like learn all the things, and it's hard to make it act 2 interesting, but in a whole book.
Yeah. The Hunger Games books will also
Like in it.
Yeah. It worked really well.
Yeah. But now I really want to watch all 3 because Dylan O'Brien broke his face for this movie.
Yeah. They got pushed back this next year.
Yeah, I didn't hear about that.
So,
Yeah,
they were filming, and it was a scene with a car, and they accidentally hit him with the car.
like,
Oh no.
Yeah.
and so they had to discontinue filming until he was healed.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know.
Yeah, me neither.
I thought it was fake at first. I thought that tabloids were trying to get me to click on their articles, but it turned out to be true. Wow. Did they get that on film then? Them running over my car. So. I would want that where I am. Let's put that in the bloopers. They hit my car. Saddest blooper ever.
No, I don't want to know that. There's all these like funniest home videos, people getting hit in the face or
Oh yeah. I seen one like that.
terrifying.
Except for I saw one that was little kids getting owned by the beach, and I loved that. It's just like waves crashing. It was stupid. And
Funny.
And no one's actually getting hurt, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know if it's like some redneck dude drinking beer, like let's shoot things, and then he falls or something. And he doesn't like. I don't want to see anyone get killed, but if you're getting paid back for your stupidity, I'm totally down. Yeah, the redneck one's terrify me because they could be my neighbors. That's true. I laugh because they're not anywhere near me.
Starting to smell like dinner.
It is starting to smell like dinner.
Well, it is.
We're breaking out on mine. We're just real hungry.
Oh, I want dinner.
Come over. Have a taco.
Dinner time.
It's taco night.
Taco Tuesday. But it's not a Tuesday.
Oh,
It's not a Sunday this time.
We owe Rachel some tacos and some Twizzlers.
Yeah.
And some peanut M&Ms.
They can save that yellow one for you.
I did. It's in my belly. She tried to hand it to you, but you just didn't take it.
Heck, Rachel.
I'm
thank
offended.
you for thank you for your consideration.
We want to refresh the questions one last time, and then we'll do a
Yours.
yeah. So we're gonna do blunt.
And then we'll.
Thank you so much for watching. We're nerds. Our weirdly random Sunday special live chat that was probably about half the length of the normal Sunday special live chat. But we're really excited that we still got to see you, even though we're still all on vacation. Be sure to tune in next Sunday when we are
Talking about something.
maybe doing a write-in. We'll see.
Not from the same place this time.
Yeah, we'll be in different places. It'll be better organized. We'll let you know in tomorrow's video what next weekend's live chat will be. And subscribe, thumbs up if you like it. Yeah.
All the time.
Rambles.
Yeah, I'm gonna call this now. Bye.